this video, we're looking at 6 deep human needs. When we understand these needs, we can see them in action around us, and we can use them, we can apply them as leaders to influence other people. If we understand what really motivates people, we can use these principles to create better workplaces, to create better teams, to create happier, more productive teammates and employees. And our first basic human need is okay, not everybody needs coffee to work, but I do. Now you already know about the obvious basic motivational forces, the carrot and the stick, reward and punishment. And we know that they work, both of them. And we also know that they're extrinsic. They come from outside, usually from the boss, and sometimes from your clients too. We already know that it's even more powerful when you can rely on intrinsic motivation, when people do things because they want to, because they feel they have to, from the inside for their own fulfillment. And that's where our understanding of the deeper, more fundamental needs will help us. Here they are: certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. The idea of these 6 deep human needs comes from an Argentinian psychiatrist named Cloe Madanes. And if you know anything about developmental psychology, you'll see the shadow of Abraham Maslow from back in the 1950s. Madanes specialized in interpersonal relationships, in peaceful solutions, and in reducing violence. I've seen these ideas used in business, in project management, in couples counseling. That's why I left the word love in there. That was Madanes' specialty, really. But also in high-level sales training. I think it's interesting that we can apply these same principles to create happier, more successful personal relationships, and also to sell our ideas, our products, and our services to customers and to clients. We can use this knowledge to sell, to persuade, and to influence. These first 4 needs are essential to survive. Without them, people give up and die, at all ages. From a leadership perspective, without them, you lose your employees. They either go work for your rivals or they set up their own businesses. And if they do stay, maybe that's worse. They're not satisfied, they're not effective employees, and your customers will notice and go elsewhere, trust me. Certainty. This might be a paycheck, the ability to pay rent, just knowing exactly what your role is, knowing what's coming next, feeling safe. During the COVID era, lots of people have been desperate for certainty. You can hear it in their every word. Most ads aimed at the elderly are based on certainty and security, insurance, medication, avoiding leaks and itches. Another side of certainty is the need for control, to control your life, to control other people. Know anyone like that? Variety is the opposite of certainty. Too much certainty and some of us are bored. We need stimulation. We need something new. It's the same with employees. If your employees are bored, they'll leave, unless they're desperate for that massive paycheck you give them. Real variety means the unpredictable, taking a risk, taking a gamble. It's excitement, it's suspense. The downsides include heavy gambling, ridiculous risk-taking, and the desperate urge to disagree with everyone. Significance. We need to feel wanted. We need to feel we matter. We need attention. Some need attention more than others. Some need significance more than others. Sometimes it's the desire to be the best, so we raise our standards. That's great. For some people, it means winning at all costs, or just bitching about people, putting others down so you feel more important. You know, like you get at high school, or listening to certain presidents. And some people try to feel significant by being the worst, the victim, telling everyone their personal tragedies. Hey, look at me. And that look at me thing can be much simpler than that. It could just be a weird piercing in your lip, or different colored hair, or the clothes that you wear, or the car that you drive. You see how it's a motivation factor? People wanting to be that little bit special, that little bit different. Connection. We need to belong, to be part of something. We need friends, allies, community. Loneliness is a killer. On the flip side, some high-profile mass killers have been isolated. Loners. Neighbors say they were quiet. They kept themselves to themselves. Most people need connection. Interestingly, some people we see as loners have got great online community through gaming or music or other enthusiasms. In terms of using connection in persuasion and influence, it ties in with what we were saying earlier about empathy, pathos, and Robert Cialdini's notion of unity, belonging. The last three are essential for fulfillment. Happy employees, happy customers. Connection again. When you work on your own, it's hard to feel valued unless you have absolutely amazing results. It's also hard to get much done, even if you have all the skills. It's healthier to delegate or to team up with other businesses. And that applies when you study as well, okay? Just because you can do all the roles that people in your team have to do, that doesn't mean you should do all the roles. I've seen students burn out doing this, so share your roles. Don't panic about getting the extra A++. You're going to do fine anyway if you're a high achiever. Now, growth, that's an interesting one. Learning is a form of growth. Climbing up the ladder, building back better. You know, some people settle at 30 and they plateau. And that's, I guess, okay. You can survive without growing, but you thrive when you grow. In this new world we're entering, there'll be those who adapt and train to get ahead, and those who get left behind. If you're taking this course, I believe you are growing in so many different ways. And finally, contribution. To be truly fulfilled, we need to give. We need to contribute to something bigger than ourselves, to a better world, maybe a healthier environment, a healthier planet. If you're in event planning, you may well find yourself raising funds for charities to make people's lives better. If you work in a restaurant or a hotel, you'll find you're often contributing to the community, sometimes by sponsoring a team or an event, or supporting your community by buying local produce from local farmers, local breweries, local winemakers. Listen, I'm Italian. I make good coffee. But when I'm in my country place, I head over to this little cafe to get my dose of all 6 deep human needs. For certainty, I know that if I'm hungry or I need to squeeze in a quick lunch with a guest, I know these guys make the most delicious chicken sandwiches. I can always order the roasted chicken with garlic mayo and healthy locally sourced greens, or the ABC with apple, brie and chicken. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this video. My mouth is already watering. Hey, stay there. First watch this video and then reward yourself with a sandwich afterwards, okay? And if I just fancy a coffee and a treat, I can count on their chunky apple crumble muffin. Crunchy on the outside, perfectly moist and tender in the middle.
Hi! Can I have a cappuccino, please. And what muffins have you got?
We are out of the apple crumble, but we have the cranberry lemon glaze and the pumpkin cream cheese.
Pumpkin
Cream cheese icing.
That's what I want. Thank you.
Awesome.
That'll make a change.
Okay.
Thank
Just give
you.
me a second. We'll get your order ready.
Okay.
Okay, there was no apple crumble muffin, so that gave me a little uncertainty. Or we could call it variety. I got to try something different. Haley knew my name and already guessed my order. She created instant connection and she made me feel significant. I am a regular customer and I'll keep coming back. So this is a great business move on her part. And she's not even the owner. As for contribution, well, I'll be contributing to the tip jar. And I will continue to support this adorable little country business. I recommend it to all my clients. I even bring some of them here, and I always mention it in the advertising for my properties.
Okay, the next category is growth. The only thing that's growing here is my belly.
Okay, how about from a leadership perspective? Cassandra, the owner, used to run this place on her own, but she has her hands full. Because of COVID, she opened up the window service and telephone ordering and online ordering, and she had 2 kids, and she's just had another baby. So now she's built a team of mums and young women from the community to join her in this lovely, happy business venture. Oh, did I mention she's really into community?
Being a community hub means more than just a place for people to have coffee. We love to be really in the thick of it. We want to be involved in any sort of events. We want to be involved in building the village and just creating a space for everyone to feel welcome and enjoy.
What about young people? You've got new people working here. Like once upon a time, this was just you, right?
Pardon?
Once upon a time, this was just you, and
Yes.
now you've got people, right?
Now we've got people and we've got a wonderful team. So again, community just runs deep, right? So we have a community of staff as well as our customers.
And some of them are quite young. You've given people opportunities, so
Yes.
you're contributing in that way. Tell me a bit about that.
Absolutely, yes. I've given 3 girls now their very first jobs. It's a great honor. Each one of them has had the opportunity to learn everything it takes to run the cafe. Basically from serving customers, really high customer service standards, making coffee, making sandwiches, food safety, cleanliness, everything.
So the new employees have certainty, they've got a monthly paycheck, they've got variety, they have a range of jobs to do, they're not just an assembly line. And they feel significant. They're made to feel special by their leader and by the customers who also enjoy the attention. They have connection with their team and with their customers. They have growth, they're learning new skills, they've got the opportunity to bake, cook, serve, manage, even try out new recipes, and generally grow professionally. And this contribution, as we heard, the leader, the cafe itself, contributes to the community, makes the village a more viable place to live. They support local producers, coffee bean roasters, the apples, the honey, the caramel even, are all locally sourced. So you've got a happy team, happy customers, and a happy cafe. I want to turn this over to you now. Have a think about products or services that you use where you get 3, 4, 5, or even all of these deep needs satisfied. And then have a think how you could use your knowledge of these 6 deep human needs to persuade, to influence, to sell your products, to sell your service, to sell your idea. Think about it.